Good leadership is paying attention to details. I told myself that the most meaningful measure of my success in life would be that which my children will say about me at my funeral. While I will be in a position to hear what anyone says about me when I'm gone. For the rooted effect of prosperity, it's all love. Because a pain for one is a pain for all. And when it comes to true greatness, one leader is good, but 100 leaders, that's when transformation begins. If this message reached your screen, that's not accident. You didn't just find a post, you found a key. But only if you're ready to listen to what I have to share about Forex and life. That's if you also have the same measure of success to what your children can hold on to in life when you're gone. So this is not another signal page. It's a secret message. Remember, most traders don't lose because they don't study. They lose because they are still trading from a wounded place. The voice you are hearing, I am Rooted Trader, not just a name, but a voice sent to realign those ready to play this leadership role. And then remember, leading starts with learning. And that is, while in this series, everything I teach came directly from the truth inside market gravity method, the MGM way, the MGM movement. And because leadership is not a position, it's a mindset, we know. This series will help you rebuild your mind, realign with your leadership mindset, and then walk with confidence through the market in the MGM movement mindset that is open to anyone who cares to adopt it. So, you can now rise as someone who can finally understand how it really works. In this series, once you start believing you can be a leader, then your attitude towards life and financial markets will start to change. Remember, you're not here by chance. You're here because something inside you is ready. Before this very flight drops us off at the teaching of this series, I want us to imagine this MGM future together. Now, let's see this. You are 91 years old, still grinding strong. Your first son, running multiple heavy loaded live trading accounts with precision. Your granddaughter, launching her own prof firm that is inspired by the MGM lens, always pushing herself to the next level with no limit mentality. Yes, it is all possible, but only if you do yourself this favor, and that is to decline the ignorance of I know enough. This is the MGM way. You don't stop in wearing your old garment. You first put it off, then you enter the movement correctly. I want you to accept this new way of learning the Forex market life. And as well, now that you are here, in this very now, I want you to take a deep breath. Put your full attention into this teaching. It shall be well with those who are truly involved in the MGM way. I have seen evidence of people still trading at 91. I have also seen someone served a quick notice at 86. A word is enough for the wise, they said, but I will take it further by saying that a balanced understanding of knowing is the living truth hidden in the wise word. Let's dive into the series teaching. This moment came not from pressure, but from resurrection. This is my first word after silence, my first move after burial. So, Let what I say now live inside you. For you are not just going to know more about forex trading, but also about life, because this trading is death for life, ignorance for wisdom, and noise for spirit. So today, on this holiest day, this very movement, allow it to become a sacred instrument, as it has already opened its door to everyone who adores and welcomes it wholeheartedly, genuinely, as today stands as the holiest day in our calendar. So today we are going to look at the cause of impatience and the effects of delay in forex markets. So that will take us to first knowing the rooted cause of impatience. Remember from the intro, a pain for one is a pain for all. I want to tell you a quick story, yeah? Once upon a time, money had weight. Not just value on the screen, but real physical substance. That was gold. To create more wealth, you needed more gold, the real weight and the real foundation. Because gold became so real and was so real, physical and solid, to be wealthy meant you had to dig, wait, refine, store, and protect that gold. But one day, something shifted. The world moved from substance to speed, from value to volume, from wealth to leverage. Back then, people didn't rush now, because you couldn't take or fake gold. You couldn't take gold that wasn't yours or fake gold. You can't fake gold at the time. You had to dig, you had to wait, you had to refine. The gold was replaced by promises, and promises were printed with no patience. And I repeat, the gold was replaced by promises, and these promises were printed with no patience. No patience. That's the world you trade in today. The forex market, all of it. That's the world you trade in today. The forex market is even no longer backed by gold, it is backed by pressure. That is why impatience is no longer a feeling, it's now a system. No longer a feeling, but a system that was built into different categories and classifications, which I will say was built in the system, was built into the expectations, into the platforms, into the brokers. And how do I mean? You are told to win in one trade, double in one trade, flip in one session, in a market that has allegedly $7.5 trillion running in the space every single day, and you are now told to win that same business, that same market in just one trade, double in just one trade, and then flip your account, flip your money in just one trade. Promises being printed with no patience. Now, we print numbers, trade fast, and gamble trusts. All because the world moved from weight to speed, from truth to traps. And now, impatience is no longer a feeling. It's that thing you know, the system you know. Stay with Rooted Trader. Allow everything to flow naturally to you. Today stands as the holiest day, and the death, the pains, all of it that has to be done to born a new life by resurrection. So I am here not for deceit, not for any manipulatory concepts, not from the lens of neediness, but I am here because the death which I have gone through for this process is what I call the death for sinners, because this Forex space that you see, remember, 90% of traders that are participating in this $7.5 trillion running allegedly, 90% are not profitable. They are losing money according to research. So let's continue with our gold illustration and story. When these numbers were printed, we were expected to trade fast and then trust gambling or gamble with trust, and all of this world moves from that weight to speed, from that truth to trust, and now impatience has no feeling anymore. It's now becomes that system, you know. Today, this very day, I will show you why so many are failing in Forex and in life, and how to return to your grounded power through patience, and that is if you stick to the end. This movement, this MGM way, this market gravity method movement, it is not built on a rush. It is built on gravity, on stillness, and on truth. So today, as I have stated to show you the whys, the hows in this system, I am to start by showing you the real cause of impatience. That which causes impatience, that which swept away the feelings of impatience and installed it as a seed in the system. And this beautiful reward that comes when you return to your weight, not speed, by patience, not impatience, by alignment, not guessing, by sticking to a strategy that is moving in the right lens, in the right way, and not what I call prostitutional trading. You trade from one strategy to another. No, you stick to one. When you begin to trade like gold, not the paper gold. When your decisions have weight, not pressure. And that's all that we call as this beautiful reward when you fall back to your weight. I want you to know this. Impatience is not a personal problem. And that is to be honest with you. It is a spiritual design issue, not your personal issue. And to fix it, we must study the structure of its roots. Let me show you a diagram that changed everything for me. And this diagram, let's call it the fishbone of impatience. Let's call it the fishbone of impatience. And this fishbone of impatience, I want to first of all start by telling us the effects of impatience. Like I told you, impatience is not a personal problem. It was a designed issue, not yours. Now, this effect, I want you to assume it this way. Impatience is not a character flaw, a character mistake. It is a symptom. A visible effect of an invisible conflict. A symptom, a visible effect of an invisible conflict, and not a character flaw, it's not your personal problem. It really is a spiritual leak to someone, or spiritual leak of someone trying to run before they walk, trying to harvest before they plant. But what really causes this? What causes it? Let's look at the charts of this fishbone charts rather. And before we could dive deeper into this fishbone chart, I want you to know that each bone on this fish, each root on this tree, shows you why impatience creeps in, even in the life of those who mean well, who really mean well, who are determined. Now, welcome back. These that you are seeing on the screen right now, this is categorized fish of fishbone, or categories of fishbone. It is the diagram that changed everything for me. And in this way, we are going to be seeing this fishbone of impatience. So let me first call it out, what these categories of fishbones are, and then as I have listed it, I will then give us a brief understanding about them for us to see how this whole rope are tied together. So, as you have known now, this is the root system of your rush. See it this way. These symbols carry the burden of why you move before your moments. Like we say, running faster than your shadow. The first category is machine. The second is material. The third is manpower. The fourth is environment. The fifth is measurement. And the last is method. So let's look at this in the MGM meaning and align way. Remember, these classifications refers to the 6 categorized routes of impatience using the cause and effects charts. If you're coming from the previous episode, from the introductory of this beginning. So let's look at machine. Let's see machine or view machine to be the mindset or your mindset engine, the tool and the trading techniques. Let's see this material as the knowledge you consume, and let's see this manpower as your own energy, your discipline and your emotions. Let's see this environment as your physical and spiritual trading space, and then let's see these measurements as your how or if you want to track the truth, or if or how you progress. And the last, let's see this method as your actual trading ritual, your strategy style and all of that. Now let's dive or let's go deeper. I want you to look at this way. When I said or when I say machine, I'm not talking about laptop. I'm talking about your headspace. Is it fast? Is it confused? Is it anxious? That's the real machine that needs fixing, not your laptop, not your device. This is the main machine. So I want you to see how the example of these teachings are like, so you can use it to relate to the main teaching of breakdowns of all of this, because we need to understand it all to the core. Because remember I told you this diagram changed it all for me, so I took the time to rewire and remaster the process. Now these 6 roots of impatience, let's go with the first as they flow, the machine. And I told you the machine is the mindset engine. Now, when I said mindset engine, I wasn't talking about your device like I said. This isn't about your device. This is actually and really about your decisions. Is your trading machine filled with noise, pressure, performance addiction? That's the first crack. An engine that burns stress instead of wisdom. That's the main crack that needs to be antivirus and fully fixed. And What this is saying is, for instance, like we chase faster internet, for instance, better indicators, quicker trades, how to really make these big racks of money in a second, But this that I'm bringing to you now, the MGM way, tells us you are the real machine. Your tools becomes trap. Without inner calibration, your tools become traps. Now slow down. Update that's your soul before your software. That is the first tool, and that is the machine, and that is the mindset engine. So now let's go to the second, the knowledge signal you consume, and that is the material. And in my own way, I will say that is what you feel in your mind, or what you feed your mind with, or what you give your time to, or where you position your energy to, or where you channel your strength to. That is this material, to me, how I see them. So I want to ask you a question, a resonated question. Be honest with yourself, very honest. Remember, today is a day of holiness. Let me ask you, what are you consuming daily? Indicators with no meaning, trading with no strategy, signals with no understanding. You can't grow on a junk data. If you remember, or if you did not skip the intro, remember the legacy. Your children cannot say what they don't know about you, or what they can't feel as a co-creation point or guide point that you left for them as a guideline. So be very open to yourself. Answer this question to yourself. You can as well resonate on the comment section. What are you consuming daily? Are you trading without strategy, without finding out your edge first, without learning the full lens of learning as your leadership will lead? Or are you chasing the price as you see candlestick moves up and down? Are you trading with no meaning, no tangible or station you are competence in? That is very risky. And remember, you can't grow on junk data. An affected virus or software is already affected until it gets anti-virus and cleaned. That is when it can accept, install, download more and more other incoming datas. For realistic sake, I always use this as an example. When you were cooking, your food got points, your pot got points. Before you could cook another with that same pot, it must be cleaned, it must be washed. That is what I mean. So Just as you have found out now that you can grow on junk data, many are trading based on borrowed knowledge, shallow signals, and viral tactics, depending on signals to enter exit, take profit, to set stop loss. But the MGM way, the MGM movement, the market gravity method way, the MGM formula, the MGM lens, the MGM trading circle is not a borrowed fire. It's a flame from within. It really is a flame from within, not a borrowed fire. Eat this food of truth. Read less, understand more, learn few things that truly change everything, and then benefit from what you've learned. Idealize and invest on what you've learned, and then harvest on what you learned. So what is MGM saying here? The MGM says you need truth-based nutrition. So what you feed your mind with will be a good food of truth, and a refueled and cleaned software. Now, I believe we have already grabbed this. First, machine. Second, material. So now, let's encode to the third, and that was manpower. And according to the MGM meaning, manpower is your energy, discipline, and emotion, and so on and so forth. So, but to me, Rooted Trader, if I am resonating, I will say manpower, that is you, the trader, you, the analyst, you, the Forex market participant, you. I want you to know this about you, about manpower, about the trader. The most important person in the market is not your strategy, it's not even Rooted Trader, it's not even your device. That very most important person in the market, that is you. And then look at the real deal. Because that is you, yeah? Impatience often comes from internal power leaks, like fear, greed, enviness, regret, pettiness, insecurity, and all of that. These are not traders' issues. These are spiritual alarms. Not your issue. You are not a bad luck. Nah, you are not. I am saying this on this holiest day. You are not a bad luck. It is, and it was, spiritual alarms, internal power leaks, So those greed, anxiety, envy, rush, these are not your enemies. These are not your enemies. These are just symptoms telling you something is off inside. I don't want to elaborate more deeper there, but I believe with awareness, you know what I'm saying and you know how to illustrate it to yourself. I said greed, all those anxiety, envy, rush, the urge to leave the market so quick, all of these are not your enemies. They are just those symptoms, those forest egg, if there is a word like that, or if I am the first to create the word, so be it. Those symptoms that is telling you, hey manpower, hey you, hey trader, something is off inside me. I need to be configured. This system is getting corrupt. Now, what is MGM formula lens, this MGM way? What is it teaching right now? This MGM way, this very MGM way, the market gravity method, is now teaching us, or teaches us, emotional mastery. Not suppression, be aware, but understanding. Leadership begins when you lead your own thoughts. Earlier on the intro, I said leading starts by learning. Now, that is leading. Leadership begins when you lead your own thoughts, when you lead your own self. And that wraps up this manpower for us. And let us quickly save of time and see environment. And this environment I consider to be your space, your spirit, your alignment, all of that. Let me ask you again a resonated question that I need you to sincerely, genuinely ask and answer yourself. Is your room chaotic? Are your mentors loud and shallow? You only get motivated when you see those materialized things that have been published. Are they loud and shallow? Let me ask you again. Is your room chaotic? Your mentors, the one you look up to, the one you knew before meeting this rooted trader right now, are they very loud and more like shallow, We are talking about the pervasiveness of this impatience. What can lead to lead and lead and lead? This is cause and effect. The karma law, the karmic law that never dies. And this is the cause and effect fishbone chart. Answer the question and feel it in you, and then ask yourself again, and I'm asking you again, are you spiritually tense before you open a chart? How do you feel? What comes to your mind? What runs through your mind? Do you first of all set up an expected amount you want to pack out from the market? Immediately you want to zoom in or get leaped into this trading view and forex chart? Do you by awareness say, I want to use this $100 and take off $10,000 in the next 3 hours or 4 hours, and so be it? Have you, what are you spiritually tense before you open a chart? Resonate to this and answer. Why I want you to resonate is your external atmosphere is just a mirror of your internal climate. You build from inside and withdraw your reward from outside. You plant a mango tree inside, and when it bears fruits, you harvest the fruit externally outside. That is what I meant, or that is what I meant there. So check out yourself if you're spiritually tense. That really matters. That atmosphere, that environment, that space, that spirit, it matters. Why? Because if your room is noisy, not the one you think, but noisy, I know, you know, envy, greed, all of that, chaotic. If your room is noisy, if your friends laugh at your vision, if your atmosphere is cluttered, of course, you will rush. That will give you every reason to rush. That will give you every shape to rush. You will rush. Because your energy flows or goes where your time goes, something like that. You will rush. You will rush if you have this set of friends that when you talk about you being a trader, they only say this is another gambling, this, that. They don't motivate your vision. Instead, they laugh at it. They laugh at your vision. Man, that atmosphere is clustered, and intensely that will cause impulsiveness to you. The rush, the I want to do quickly kind of rush, I mean. Now, to round these environments up, I will go by saying, because the noise is outside, it becomes the noise, or let me put it correctly, the way you can remember. This is moment of alignment. I said, because the noise outside becomes the noise inside, I want you to clean your space. Then honor your mind. Even God speaks in silence. Prophecy is silence. This word that I'm sending to you, you are receiving it in silence. You can decide to bless the word with it by louding your speaker, but it is coming to you only in silence. You can decide to listen to it by headphones. It really is coming to you in silence. God speaks in silence. Spirit review in silence. Peace come in silence. And that leads us to the fifth, that is measurement. And this measurement is your honesty with growth. And that honesty will be confirmed by you if you truly answered the question I asked earlier. So this measurement is your honesty with growth. So let's move on to this number 5, that is this measurement. And I said measurement is your honesty with growth. Like, I'm asking you, do you track your growth? Do you journal your trades? Are you writing down some of the key points, reflection of this teaching? Are you getting things down right now? Not profit. We are not chasing profit, but the truth. So, patience thrives when growth is visible. Development comes when there is peace. So, if you can't see your real metrics, yeah, what happens is you will always chase fantasies. Nothing ever remains new forever. Judge, balance the moment with, or balance this word with your device. When you got it brand new, is it still the same right now? Your brand new t-shirts and all of that, your 2 years ago Christmas clothes, New Year clothes, are they still the same? Nothing remains new forever. So, if you don't allow patience to strive only when this growth is visible, then you can see your real metrics. So that will always lead you to chase fantasies. And that is no clear plan, no goals, no self-checks. Then you will feel behind. Of course, you will feel behind. When there is no clear plans, there is no goal, there is no self-checks. Of course, you will feel behind. This is not fine-tuning or exaggerating or what. This is real facts. Truth is hard, but this is real truth. You'll be left behind. You feel very behind. But then there is hope, because the MGM way doesn't guess. It calculates, it observes, it aligns, it is rooted. And that is to know your numbers, know your wins, know your growth, slowly but surely. Slowly but surely. And that leads us to the last category, which is method. This method, is it the market gravity method? Stop analyzing, pause, listen, slow down. This method is your process blueprint. Right now, this teaching blueprint, at the teaching blueprint, there is this fishbone, this impatient blueprint, and there is the MGM building this blueprint by activating the people, not launching the products, by not building a community for business hub, for signals, but instead a movement that tells the truth, shows the rights, and empowers the adorators, those who adores what they hear now. That is by caring to what is being said right now. So Your method is your process blueprint, and I will say, and I want you to know this, and I quote, most traders don't have a strategy, they have modes. Like I said earlier, I call it prostitutional trading or prostitutional traders. They don't have strategy, they only have modes. Like, today it's either ICT, tomorrow it's SMC, next tomorrow it's MGM, the other day it's price action. No strategy, prostitutional trading. That's what I call them. So don't be like that. Don't be that trader without no strategy, because random trades, no entry logic, emotional led exist, and then cutting yourself short from taking the full take profit. All these, I will say, is chaos, not strategy. You might think you're scalping, but now they are just chaos, not strategy. But how would you know? You wouldn't. Only when a brother tells a brother that his mouth is smelling, that's when a brother knows there is 1, deep love, 2, the truth that your mouth is smelling. And I've told you that right now. So, firstly, the MGM way, like I said before, is not borrowed, it is reviewed, and your method should protect this very manpower from your own moods, okay? The MGM method will and should protect you from your mood. Secondly, the MGM is based on gravity formula. It reminds you, 1, what rises must fall, what falls must rise. Remember, you are not trading numbers, you are interpreting circles, and that is leadership. So the true solution here is alignment. I want us to round this up. The true solution here is alignment, because 1, the real problem isn't the market, it's not either your personal problem, it is the misalignment, the rush to perform before you understand. The MGM trader, be aware of this, is not in a hurry. I, rooted trader, I believe you will not die today. And because MGM trader is not in a hurry, we move in divine timing. We follow a spirit-led structure, not the noise of the world. What is the MGM language? Patience is our language. It is not waiting, it is preparing. So, if any of these rules spoke to you, firstly, pause. Second, take a deep breath. Remember His holiness, His holy day. The price has been paid. Your sins has been washed away. The death to die again in the forex market by losses, stagnation, struggles, and all of that has ended. The new beginning for the new you after this your you has become a weaker you, and then we now have a legacy to follow, and that will be your children. Patience is my language. Patience is the MGM language. So I want you to, I want to give you the MGM declarations right now, and as I'm calling it out, reading it out to you, I want you to carefully repeat them. And I quote, I no longer trade in panic. Repeat. Then go again. I operate by patience. Repeat. Then go again. And remember, today is the holiness, right? So I release the need to prove. Repeat. Okay. I receive the grace to wait. Repeat. Good. My entries, my Forex trading position entries, trade entries are aligned, not rushed. Repeat. Good. I am not behind. I am not late. Repeat. Fine. And lastly, I am moving at the speed of my spirit's truth. Repeat and feel those words. Feel this very declaration in you resonating, coming alive in you right now. And if what you just heard realign your spirit, if it felt like a message from a version of you you haven't met yet, but always known, then don't let it stop here. Like this message, subscribe so you don't miss the next spiritual signal, and promise the MGM Movement, as we have welcomed you, that you are going to share this very message with someone whose time has also come. That is you revealing love, and that represents the tradition of today. And do that from your heart. Now, if you've gotten to this very point from the very beginning of this part of this rooted cause of impatience and the effect of delay, I honor you and I so much appreciate you for doing that for us. Okay, so to see more of the market gravity method strategy and the formulas and the multidimensional lens of making decisions and executing trade, kindly, the book you're seeing on the screen, kindly look at the description or look at the website you're seeing on the screen. Go and get your own online and realign Forex book, so you can now begin to trade like the market gravity method trader, that is the MGM trader. I will see you again on the next part where we dive deeper into these very subcultural topics about impatience and patience. See you, the trader. Sign out.